I'm so sorry, Detroit Red Wings fans. I know that it hurts. We made a video talking about Dylan Larkin leaving, and now we're making this video here. I know it really hurts, but I am sorry. I have to make videos about things that I find cool, and this guy on the Buffalo Sabres is really cool. Let's talk today about a Wayne Gretzky tying moment that happened yesterday on Halloween Day, October 31st. By the way, happy Halloween. I hope none of y'all got murdered and got stabbed in your homes while innocuously looking outside or making a sandwich or whatever with some monster of a man, a shadow, a shape behind you with a kitchen knife, ready to pounce. Hopefully none of y'all saw a black and white mime-dressed clown with black teeth that didn't say anything. That guy probably not the best of friends to be having on Halloween Day either. Or if you saw a small little dude in an orange knapsack wearing a bag over his head with button eyes and a lollipop shaped like a jack-o'-lantern with part of it bitten out. Hopefully none of y'all saw anybody that looked like that, but let's go over to what we did see on TV. Detroit versus Buffalo. This was probably one of the most crazy games that I had been watching, kind of just sort of in the background here. I had all the highlights rolling as I was preparing myself for my yearly Instagram post of action figures in the Halloween horoscope, but the Red Wings ended up losing 8-3. Very bad score for Detroit, and the shots on goal kind of dictate even more of that. 46-18 for Buffalo. The Red Wings, even though they did get 3 goals, even though you did see points scored here by David Perron, Dylan Larkin, these guys got on the board. This game was Buffalo's to lose. Detroit was not able to keep up. Detroit was not able to really control significant chunks of game time. It was pretty much all Buffalo. And this was reflected very much so on the box score. Because as we said, there were 8 goals scored by Buffalo. 6 of those goals were involving TAGE Thompson, the big dude himself, the guy that got himself the contract extension. TAGE Thompson scored himself 3 goals and 3 assists. Before this game went on, the guy was at 6 points in 8 games played. Okay, that's not that bad, especially for a guy who's still making $1.4 million a season against the salary cap. Sure, he kicks in at 7.1 next year until 2030, but for now, you can kind of just live with what you got. He's 25 years old, 6'7", 218. He's a big, lanky dude. And scoring at a 60-point pace definitely is not bad. But that 6 total points in 8 games played went to 12 points in 9 games in the span of just a few hours. 3 goals and 3 assists. Thompson goes out there and has his way with the Red Wings. And in fact, take a look at this. The Sabre center has 3 goals and 3 assists. He joins Hockey Hall of Famers Bobby Clarke and Wayne Gretzky as players to record 6 points on Halloween. He also came to the game dressed as Wayne Gretzky, too, for Halloween as his costume, so maybe you should go out there and try to cosplay as number Mr. 99 himself a little bit more, Tage Thompson, or maybe anybody else should, because I kind of want that blessing in disguise, wouldn't you? Let's go over each of the points that Thompson scored here in this game and just kind of break down what makes him such an effective player when it comes to producing so many points on so many goals. First goal of the game, Tage Thompson, with 4 minutes to go in the first period, receives a beautiful wing-to-wing cross-ice pass from Jeff Skinner. Skinner is on the right side. He goes all the way to the opposite side on the left. Thompson is there. He's a right-handed shot. He one-time bombs that on net, and it goes right past Nedeljkovic. 1-0 Buffalo. Tage has his 4th goal on the season. Give it a few minutes into the second period, and eventually it's Olli Maatta who ties it up. It's 1-1, but 4 minutes after the Maatta goal, guess who scores his very first NHL goal? It's Jack Quinn, a guy whose middle name probably isn't Luke, but this goal was assisted by Tage Thompson himself too. It's Thompson in the corner going back and forth and trying to just maneuver around the perimeter in a very effective way, thwarting off the Red Wings D-man. He comes off to the other side of the net, he throws it out in front, and it's Jack Quinn right there to one-time bury it upstairs where Mom keeps the cookies, or the extra Halloween candy, I guess you could say. Kind of an ugly pass to Quinn. It goes off a Red Wing stick, so it doesn't really take the best, most straight-line route to the goal. But either way, Quinn is able to take it and score. 10 minutes later, it's Jeff Skinner who gives the Buffalo Sabres the 3-1 lead. This one also assisted by Tage Thompson. It's Skinner's 300th NHL goal, which is nice to see. Good for him actually getting on the board in the ways that he has been again. But Thompson's the guy in the corner. He throws it out in front, and Skinner is all by himself with Nedeljkovic, and he beats Nedeljkovic clean. At this point, the halfway mark of the game pretty much, TAGE Thompson already has 3 points on the night, a goal and 2 assists. But you give it 4 minutes after the Skinner goal, and TAGE Thompson says, hey, let's make it 4 points. It's on the power play with about 1:30 to go here in the second period, and the Buffalo Sabres break in, but it's TAGE Thompson who gets the trailer pass right in the middle. He walks towards the goal, he toe drags around the D, and then he snipes it for his 4th point on the night. Beautiful goal scored by TAGE Thompson, giving him his 4th point on the game. Then in the third period, it's a Rasmus Dahlin goal, assisted by Mittelstadt and Thompson, making it 5-3. This one, it's TAGE Thompson who has it on the left side on the power play. He sends it up to the top of the umbrella. It's Mittelstadt who goes over to Dahlin. Dahlin holds it, he shoots it, it goes 5-hole on Nedeljkovic. Not a good goal there in the slightest for the Red Wings goaltender, but that's the 5th point on the game for Thompson. And then, with about 4 minutes left in the third period, making it 7-3 at this point, it is Mr. TAGE himself getting the hat-trick goal. He gets the puck at the very top of the slot, he shoots, the rebound goes wide, Skinner centers it back out to Thompson, and he dangles right by the goalie to get the hat-trick. 6 points on the game, and what is that, like 9 points in his last 2 games? Because in the most previous game against Chicago, Thompson had 2 goals and an assist as well. Hard to believe that this guy had 3 points in his first 7 games of the season. A lot of people were kind of saying, okay, it's okay. I mean, he's only making 1.4, but you gotta remember he's probably gotta get the juice going a little bit more as the season goes on, because he is going to be starting to make 7 against the cap. And how is this for really stepping up to play in the short term? 2 days. That's all it takes for him to get 9 extra points on the season in games against Chicago and Detroit. This Buffalo team is really starting to feel themselves, and guys like TAGE Thompson are contributing to that heavily. Just a few weeks ago, we made a video asking, hey, is it worth it? Is he worth the bag? The Buffalo Sabres have made some pretty interesting contract extensions to guys like Kevin Adams, guys like Granato, TAGE Thompson, and then you have Mattias Samuelsson as well. But for TAGE, this is the one that I feel is starting to bloom in the ways that we thought it could earliest. Because, I mean, you take a look at some of the other games that Thompson has had. Against Montreal, the guy had 8 shots. He had 0 points. Against Seattle, 4 shots, 0 points. He's been able to put the puck on the goal, and his recent games have seen him put 9 shots, 8 shots each. Against Chicago and Detroit, you can see the number on the screen right now. He is starting to really get his mojo on, and at this point, if this guy continues on this pace, I mean, what's the total point metric at right now? 12 points in 9 games over the span of 82. That's on pace for 109 points. AKA, if you do the 6 goals and 6 assists that he has, 55 goals and 55 assists. If he goes out there and he produces that much, which I don't want to say is directly impossible for him, then hey, I'll eat my hat. That's a pretty good player right there, locked up till his early 30s. So talk to the comments your thoughts about the Halloween havoc, the Halloween massacre that we had seen of TAGE Thompson going out there and showing to everybody that, hey, maybe he did deserve that contract. Just a hunch. Maybe he actually is good enough to justify getting paid $7-something million a season starting next season till the end of 2030. What do you like about this guy? What do you like about his performance? What did you think about the goals that he scored, the very nice reads that he made, the plays, the passes, the dangles as well, the hard shot? It's all there when it comes to offensive creativity and potency for TAGE Thompson, and I'm hoping that everybody else is as happy to see it as I am, except for the Red Wings fans, because I know that y'all kind of hurt right now from reliving that traumatic game from yesterday. But talk to the comments either way, all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this Juraj 99. And bye.